What's up, everybody? It's your boy, Mr. Glass Half Full, and my man, El Jefe. We are back. We wanted to come and hang out with you guys. It's post 4th of July. We're through
Yep.
the dog days of summer right now, Jeff. Like, what are you thinking? Like, it's tough right now, right, man? For football fans, for basketball fans, for NHL fans, even for baseball fans. This is a dog days of summer. But listen, we all have time to breathe right now. We all have time to relax, kick back, drink your beers, have a good time till we get focused come the end of July, right? Like that's what it comes down to. But what we're here to do tonight is talk about our weekend, talk about everything, have a couple drinks, see how everybody's 4th of July went. Jeff, let's start with you. What did you do? How was your time? Let's get to it, man.
A lot of day drinking,
Mm.
and don't get me wrong, I'm still a good dad and a good
Oh, yeah,
husband. Okay,
that's without saying.
there's just beers there, and I don't know if I feel like I was in the ocean for half the weekend, so
Absolutely.
I didn't leave the water. Let's get you know what? Let's share this link out and see if anybody
Yes.
wants
Let's hear from the people, man.
to
Let's hear
jump
from the
in.
people
But
tonight.
it was an awesome weekend, long weekend. I took off Friday too. It was my dad's birthday. Took him golfing
Oh, love it.
Friday. It was 140 degrees. We played 9 holes. My dad's 71. We
How's
played
he getting
nine
through it?
holes. We played 9 holes, and we're like, I'm good. So we just went inside,
Yeah.
drank in the air conditioning, and that was enough that was good for
Oh,
me too. I mean,
dude.
it was hardly golf what we were doing. I mean, it
Right.
was first of all, we get there an hour early so that we could have lunch beforehand. So we start having a couple drinks with lunch before
Mm-hmm.
golf, before the 130
Yep.
degree golf day. So
Gotta liquidate, right?
you have a couple drinks before a hot day like that, you just feel like you just feel like a tree sloth as soon as you go
Mm-hmm.
outside. So we're all playing sloppy. Nobody warmed up. Everybody's first swing was the first tee. I
Breakfast
mean,
ball.
we were playing for like 18 minutes and we're like almost on the first green.
Yep.
It was that kind of day.
Ugh, it's
So
brutal,
nine
man.
holes was
I can
plenty.
picture it. It
Yeah,
just
you know it.
it's
You know it.
paining me right now.
And I planned it for like a month to take that day and to go golfing with him. It was an awesome day. It was hot
Mm.
as shit. And then so I didn't mind being in the ocean the rest of the
Hell yeah,
weekend.
man.
How about you?
Well, listen, it was packed. We had a banger at the household on Saturday.
Oh
We
yeah?
little pre-July banger. It was nice, man. First house party at the casa. Had all my friends back. It felt like pre-COVID days. It felt great. Had the slides out for the kids. It's hectic, but it's fun. And like you, I was day
It's
drinking a lot.
well, yeah,
but
yeah.
but we're
Yeah,
also
you
good
were.
dads because we can multitask like that. We're good. We're
Right. I have a kid
functioning.
in one arm and the beer
Yes.
in the
Yeah,
other.
exactly.
It's called
Exactly.
dadding.
Everybody has to learn that shit if you haven't already. But it was fun, man. Saturday we had fun. Sunday we went out to Pennsylvania. I was in the pool for literally, I think 6 hours straight, like
Yeah.
legit between watching the kid and playing some pool volleyball. And this is after being up till late Saturday. So it was just like it was a hell of a weekend. It was so much fun. Ended it with a barbecue on Monday night, and then now I'm just completely burnt. It's like literally physically burnt,
Yeah.
mentally burnt, and got back into the work week. But today was rough.
Yeah,
Today was
like
rough.
as a pale white Irish guy,
Yeah,
you don't get tan per se. You
I feel
get
you, brother.
burnt, it falls off,
Hmm.
and then you're white again. That's kind of the cycle that I go
And I
through.
never put sunblock on because like my wife's like,
Well, you're
wear
crazy.
sunblock. You're gonna be out there for 6 hours. I'm like, I'm half Greek. Come on, like how badly can I burn? And I burn every single time. Every single time.
I was unaware that Greeks don't burn.
Yeah, you know what? It's
I was
it
unaware that Greeks
Greeks.
were tan.
We got
I'm
some.
not
Yeah,
very
we
well
have
cultured. I'm an
the Greeks
uncultured
have.
swine.
Yeah, you are an uncultured swine.
Sorry.
The Greeks are generally tan, but I am also half Armenian, and that them peoples is
Armenian.
not tan. They are not tan.
We
They
are a
are.
very diverse
We
group
are.
here at
We
New York
are.
Revival. There
That's
are
why we bring
no
everybody together.
repeated ethnicities in this group.
It's facts. Like, big
There are no
facts, man.
duplicates. Yeah.
But listen, hey, I want to talk. Well, since we're talking about summer holidays and just the dog days here, I want to throw out first of all throw out a shout out to the dogs. Jeff, you wrote that tweet. Shout out to all the dogs out there that have to go through 4th of July, scared as shit, sounding like gunshots are firing off. They don't know any better, and they're hiding in the corners. We love you guys. stay being man's best friend, and we acknowledge you guys. We just want to let you know, puppies and dogs out there, we acknowledge you. We love you. And we're always thinking about you. But hey, also, Jeff, let's shout out the chat. Yo, what's up, chat? Like,
What's up, chat?
we want to
Sarge?
hear you guys. Yeah, Sarge.
We got the
Eli's
beards.
out there. Eli, he couldn't join us today. Let's just
Our fearless
first of
leader is
all,
out tonight.
Yeah, we didn't shout out E first. E, we love you, baby. We miss you. Hope you could stop in for a little bit. We want to hear from everybody else on the chat too. Come on, like, let's have ourselves a fun little night. We all need to ease back into the work week here. But
yeah, we're not going to go crazy tonight.
We'll
go for a little while, but we got to talk Giants. We can talk some New York baseball if you'd like. I know you're very excited about that.
We'll dabble in it for the people.
You know what's different about this off season is that my whole life used to be Giants and then everything else.
Yes.
And I've been getting more and more into hockey, and then this Rangers run that they went on just completely ignited a whole other. You know, I'm not used to feeling the excitement and the terrible letdowns during non-football. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like, I don't let any other team get that close to my heart. And the Rangers,
so much.
They crept in there and they did it to me. And now I'm like, I got to flip back into football mode. And I think it was our friend Justin Pennick who posted it today. We were 1 month away from FanFest.
Yeah.
And I don't know how I just missed the post.
I did
somehow.
I did too.
Yeah,
it was very under the radar this time, I feel like. They made a whole shebang about it last time.
They did. I completely missed it this time around. But then as soon as I saw it, it perfectly aligned with I'm taking a week off that first week of August. So it is August 5th. It's a month away. It's a Friday. I'm going to be there. I hope that you can make it too.
Yes. I will make myself available no matter what. FanFest was awesome last year. We got to get back.
That was a very good time. I don't care if we go, should we go live or should we just go party?
Maybe we do a little boat. We dabble live with everybody else. Like, we'll do maybe a little, spur of the moment live.
Like some cell phone live.
Exactly. That's what I'm talking about. Like real gritty, men of the people kind of live. Like, that's what we're going to go for there.
We're at FanFest.
Oh, God. But hey, listen, chat. And we want to hear from you on this, but I wanted to ask you, Jeff.
Yeah.
Let's do a little fun throwback segment. How many limes? And we're going to talk about summer holidays. We got 3 of them. We got three holidays. You kick it off on Memorial Day weekend. You get the middle one in 4th of July, and then you end it with Labor Day weekend. So let's go through each one, and let's talk about how many limes.
Ranking
1 to 5. Okay. Yeah, drunk, sober to drunk. We're gonna go through the Casamigos lines here.
I'm already thinking in terms of Casamigos. So
I know, yeah, that's where our minds go. But by the way, had 1 too many shots of Casamigos on Saturday night. But listen, we just kept rolling. We kept rolling. It made me lose some beer pong.
You fought through it.
You fought through it.
So you're doing shots and playing beer pong,
dude. It got my liver is not happy.
I have a question. When you were playing beer pong, I realized now that I'm an adult, as opposed to in college, we would just play with beer in the cups. The ball goes in the dirty corner of the basement. Doesn't matter. Dunk it, drink it. Right. Only in the last couple of years have my friends started playing with water, which is just so much smarter. A little less like, oh, drink your cup, bitch.
Yeah.
It's a little bit less of that.
It's not hard. It's not tough. Tough.
It's not as it's not as forceful as making people drink, but it's a lot smarter.
It is. I'm literally on the same timeline as you. Like, it was like maybe 3 years ago. We're like, why are we doing this to ourselves? We're doing this. Let's have fun. Let's not get crazy with it and drink at your own, not your own pace. You got to still keep up with the drinks, but let's be cleanly about it.
I guess what would be smart is like, you still should drink a whole beer during a game. So if you had a side cup that was maybe safe from elimination, that's the thing that you loot. Like, if you make a cup, you can't bury somebody.
It's true. And I've been there before. I've been there.
Which I'm a sniper. You better finish that shit.
Watch that cup.
Okay, so how many limes for each of those 3 summer holidays?
Yes. All right, you start first. Let's go with Memorial Day weekend. Your kickoff. How many limes?
A little bit of lime for a good time.
Let me
yes.
It's
the best.
Memorial Day, it's 0 to 5, right?
Yes.
That gets four limes.
Okay. You get kicked off into it.
To go along with 4 shots of Casamigos, because that's like the entrance door to the summer.
Right.
That means it's on.
Ready to go.
It's on once that happens. I like that. I do like that a lot. What do you got for Memorial Day?
I'm gonna go 3 because while I love that it's a kickoff, it generally is cold. Like I'd say about 80% of the times I remember in my life, like it's been cold. And now that if I was in like my mid 20s and we're going down to Manasquan and different story, I was like 10 out of 10 lime, like 10 out of 5 limes. I'm like blacked out, like drunk. But nowadays, as an adult, that I'm very weather based on everything. So it's like, man, it's usually like 70 degrees, maybe like sometimes even 60 if it rains. It's like, I want to get pumped, but I'm not as pumped anymore. But that's why I'm going to give it 3 because it does start off the summer. You have to give it props, but it's not quite the weather that gives me the banger kind of mentality,
I feel you. Each of these, I mean, you can rank these quickly. I'll just go. Labor Day is a mixed bag because it's the end of summer,
yes.
But it's the start of football.
True story. You got college football going. You get that. You're getting that taste.
Fantasy foot. You got your fantasy football drafts. I always have one on Labor Day weekend.
Yep.
So that might be my favorite because like at that point, like I'm done with getting sunburned. I'm ready for football. I'm ready. This preseason football crap, which Daniel Jones better play some preseason. Okay, the guy was rusty for the whole year.
Right.
he's got to come out and throw the thing a little bit.
Yes.
Don't give away all the tricks of this new offense, but he's got to get in a rhythm in game mode before it counts. Like, let's not waste 4 games getting up to speed. And like, he's being evaluated for his life. Like, his whole career is on the line. So put him out there. I don't know how we transition to that from our favorite holidays.
You can always transition to Giants. Don't apologize for that.
I always go back to the Giants and Daniel Jones. It's just such a hot topic.
Oh God, we'll get into it a little more.
All right, what's your favorite of the 3?
Yeah, I'm going 4th of July as my favorite because it's peak weather right there. It's well, you could argue, but for me, it's peak swimming weather. You're either in the beach or the pool, and you got the barbecue rolling. Daytime drinking also is my favorite, and I feel like daytime drinking in 4th of July is like primo. Then at night you can recharge the batteries a little bit, come back out 9 o'clock, fireworks to end the night. And then you're out. You're done after the fireworks, or there's more fireworks afterwards. To each their own. But I'm gonna go with that as my best 4th of July, baby. 5 limes, and then 4 limes to end the season because, like you said, football is going. College football, real football is right around there. Fantasy football, we do a draft at the weekend that wherever we're at. Pools to end the summer, and then you just got to close it out with a bang. So 4 for. I'm going to go 3, 5, 4.
All right.
Memorial Day, 4th of July, Labor Day weekend.
I dig it. That's pretty good.
Yeah.
There's really no wrong holiday. They're all in the good one. But listen, we got through the link out there in the chat. Yes. We got a couple people waiting. Let's bring on our brother.
Let's hear for some.
Gentlemen.
Hey, E. What's good, buddy?
What's going on, guys?
What's up, E-Money?
Listen, I'm hearing all the limes and etc. I want to throw my 2 cents in here. All right,
bring it
because I think 4th of July has to be 5, but I want to throw a monkey wrench at you guys as far as like a holiday weekend. And this is my least favorite. I hate to say it, but I'm gonna throw Christmas. What do you guys rate in lime as far as Christmas?
Okay.
Your least favorite holiday is Christmas?
That is my least, man. And I have various reasons, which I will not go into unless you guys
Who hurt you? Who hurt you? You tell me about this.
You know what? I have to agree that...
Bro, I'm going to tell you. It's my list.
Okay. You know what? I respect
you know what I mean?
that because I respect that, baby.
Thank you, man. So I would say 5 for the limes. If I had to choose Memorial Day, I would say that's probably a 2 because I'm like working and no one's doing anything anyway. Yes. Labor Day wraps up the summer, if I'm not mistaken, right?
It does.
So you want to get everybody together So I would say that's a 4 limes for me. Can I get a drop on that, man? I love that. Let me just,
give him a line drop. Give
A
him
little bit of lime for a good time.
Yes.
That's what I'm talking about. That's
a lot of people. A lot of people asked. It was Casamigos in the beginning of the video, but written in that was me throwing the glass, and I was not gonna do that.
You were not gonna waste that shit. No.
So I mean, this was like noon. This was like noon on a Wednesday, so I poured most back into the bottle and then drank a fair amount to get through the rest of the video. I'm always drinking a beer during those.
I was gonna ask, bro, was that water or did you really waste some liquor when you threw that little bit of that out?
Fuck no.
All right, good. Okay, good.
I would never do that.
It was well tequila.
I'm proud of you. I'm proud of you, bro. Like, cause I thought, like, all right, he must have filled this thing up with water and chucked that thing. Guys, he threw the real thing, and I'm sure later on he was kind of licking it off the ground a little bit.
Yeah, that's precious gold, man. You
know why you can't do that? You can't do that with real tequila. Like, you can't waste the good stuff anyway. But what if it was a bad take and I had to do it again? What are you gonna throw out a bottle?
You just you just wasted that shit.
Bro, I'm letting you know I'm black and I'm stingy, bro. I'd have had water in there.
Yeah, I use water.
See, I definitely use water. You bugging. But yeah, man, listen. I wanted to throw. What's the limes for Christmas, guys? Can I hear yours? Because I'm gonna give mine a 1. All right.
Ooh,
I'm giving mine
he barely even had a drink. Okay,
yeah,
Jeff, what do you got?
Father Christmas was not good to Eli, huh?
Oh no,
poor guy. Listen,
I'm traumatized, man. I gotta go to counseling to this day about it. All right,
Eli. We're gonna talk about this, Eli. I'm gonna fix this. I'm
gonna
show up at your house.
Thank you, man. Don't dress up as Santa, man. Don't do that. It's traumatizing.
Never mind. All right, plan B. Plan B.
It's Santa. It's Santa now. We're getting to the bottom of it. Slowly but surely, we're peeling back the onions.
Yeah.
What happened to E?
Exactly right. Like, one day we will talk about. You know what, guys? I think we should have a therapy session on New York Revival, and we just talk about our biggest fears and problems. It might be a good show. If the chat,
that's kind of what we do.
Let us know.
Yeah,
it'd be so fucking depressing. Like they'd be like, "This is New York Revival." They'll out it. It's be fun.
Well, these guys are fun.
The aspect of the show, right?
Like, let our feelings go out. You know,
let the feelings go, man.
We wear our hearts on a sleeve here. Okay,
that's what we do. Sure do, man. Support it. All right, support it.
Big Smooth, who's in the lobby here, also said draft night is his wife and nuclear drinking. We turned it up for draft night pretty good this year. I want to make that a tradition too. That was fun.
100%.
100%. People's Mock Draft. Am I? Or did you guys go over the? Yes. I'm sorry. Yes. When you went over, yes, we're gonna do that.
The whole thing.
Hands down, we're gonna do that. Yeah, we're gonna do the whole thing. Everything. I think that's.
I like that. Like, I like not going live just because so many people are live that night, but recording us.
We're different. We gotta be different. It's fun.
I think that the crazy part is we go out to our spot and do something.
Okay.
Just a thought. Just a thought out there. I'm freestyling. I don't got a script.
We're gonna have fun, and we're gonna have. Worst comes to worst, we're gonna be. There's gonna be drinking involved, and we're gonna be on tape. We have our live reactions, but we'll say one thing. Let's hope we're not picking in the top 10 anymore. Let's just hope this is not gonna be. We're done with the fucking picking in top 10. No more, man. Let's go up.
We'll be the 11th. We'll be the 11th.
Right, exactly. Like,
no, all right. This
Speed,
next
I'm gonna
one,
throw you to the fire. I'm gonna throw you to the fire, Speed.
Yeah.
Do you think we're winning a lot of games this season?
Well, I'll say I'm still. I'm an 8. I'm 8. I'm creepy. I was at 7. I'm at 8 now. Yeah. I'm getting a little bit more positive as we get closer, but I think that's my, my ceiling until training camp starts, and then 10 wins the floor kind of dumbass. No, not anymore. But 8 wins, I'm feeling generally positive, man. I'm feeling good vibes. I don't know, man. Maybe I'm just being a half full.
I'm gonna be a fan, and I'm gonna be optimistic every offseason. So I'm saying over 7.5. And I was about a month ago. Somebody called me out because I was being optimistic on Twitter, which I sometimes am. And he was like, "Why don't you put your money where your mouth is?" And I was like, "Fine, bitch." So I threw $50 on the Giants to hit over 7 or over 7. Yeah. Either way, I need them to win 8 games. So I'm sticking with that. They're an 8+ win football team.
I'm in.
So
I'm in.
And listen, do you know how sad that is, by the way?
Very, but I'll tell you this, that's still exactly better than what we've been seeing. Like, I've been on the Giants zone, and we went through the schedule with my man Carl. Shout out Carl in the Giants zone. But, bro, like, I really had them winning 9 games after the schedule.
The schedule was soft as baby shit.
It's
so
a
soft.
soft schedule. It can happen.
It is as soft. Like it is like last year, back-to-back Monday Night Football games with like the Bucks and the Chiefs. All
Right.
like we got fucking smacked last season.
Yeah,
rightfully
did.
so. We were terrible, but like I think we're gonna throw punches this year. I think this offense can throw punches. Of course, you can't say that without mentioning how we have to stay healthy, which
that's the most
you all
important
know.
part. That's the most important part. And listen, we really thought this was a good roster last season, right? Let's be honest.
I was just about to say that, E. Like, I fall for it every year. Last year, I talked myself into reasons to be optimistic. Like, oh, we got a tight end now. And Rudolph, like, oh, he's a red zone monster. Like, that was stupid. And now I realize that was a terrible signing. Kenny Galladay was given a bunch of money, and they didn't know how to use anybody. We had the worst coaches and the worst GM in the history.
But we don't anymore.
But we don't.
Well, think about it this way, because Jeff is actually making a point, which I didn't even know about. He's absolutely right. We thought Kyle Rudolph, etc., was going to come in and do his thing, and we long and behold had an egg on our face, right? So now that we have Thibodeau, and now that we have a couple other people, we're still missing a lot of people. I don't know. Maybe I'm optimistic. I would say 8-9 games, but man, it could really crash and burn before our freaking eyes.
Here's the thing: if they have a few significant injuries in the first couple of weeks, and we start out like 1-2 or 0-3, it's fucking over because the loser mentality just creeps into the locker room and starts to become, especially in the last several years, it's become all right. How are we going to lose this one in the end? Because they just had no way of. There's no winning feeling. There's no confidence on the team. And like, if you've ever, whatever team sport you've been on, if you're part of a good team, you in your heart, you feel like you're going to find a way to pull it out and like get it done. And the Giants just haven't. If you don't start off and get that a little bit in the beginning of the year, you're toasted because it's hard to turn around.
Yeah. Well, the hope is that we're building something though now. The hope this is going to, at some point, like our coach, this next one's going to be different, hopefully. Like we went through shit with Shermer, we went through shit with Judge. Like now, the hope is that we're getting this finally right, and that Dable can change the momentum of the whole franchise, and Shane can change the momentum. He's out there fucking demoting Chris Mara. He's out there just cracking necks and making moves, and like there's a new life here, and the hope is that that feeds in. And listen, when Daniel Jones was in, like whether you hate him or love him, when Daniel Jones was on the team last year, we were 4-7. We never won a game after he got injured. But hey, this time we have a Tyrod Taylor coming in. Not we don't have fucking Mike Glennon, Jake Fromm, and all them the bums. We have a serviceable backup for once. Maybe we win like another 2 games like with Tyrod Taylor in there last year. Maybe we're a 6-win team. Then we start thinking like 8 wins is not that crazy of a jump. But that's how bad the quarterback play was and the offensive line play. Yes. Yeah, no, the next for days. Next for days.
Shout out Big Smooth.
That one got me. That was pretty good.
Shout out Big Smooth.
Nailed it.
Yo, let me say this. Let me ask you guys this, man. After the draft and etc., do you think the offense got stronger, or is the defense is still going to be that dominating defense as far as on the other side of the ball? You know what I mean? Like, what do you guys think? What unit got stronger during the offseason? Or which one got weaker? Defense or offense? You guys let me know.
I feel like the offense got stronger, and I'm a little more worried about the defense, which, of course, because the defense has actually been solid in recent years, and the offense has just completely let them down and even messed with their numbers. Because if you remember, the Giants were in a lot of games, like in the third quarter, and then the defense just got completely gassed because they're on the field the entire fucking game. All these 3-and-outs on the offense couldn't score. They couldn't maintain drives, no running game. So that defense just got gassed. Like, how much can you ask them to do? So they would give up the big play. Like, you make one mistake, and we can't overcome any of that because we couldn't score points. So the offense, getting another bookend tackle, getting a good weapon that's going to help move the chains. And they picked up some offensive line help. I think the offense got significantly better on paper, but with, like, holy shit, like, what a better coaching staff this year offensively compared to last year. That's as big a difference as the pick. So defense definitely is strong up front. Worried about, and we have some linebacker potential, but secondary I'm worried about. Very thin.
Yeah. Now, I have to agree, man. I'd say like Evan Neal alone makes such a huge difference. Finally, a right tackle that can maul people and run block and won't be a turns. Like, listen, he's going to give up some sacks on but he will be the winner of most of his matchups because he's skilled, he's big, and he's going to we finally can lock down both sides if healthy. You added one guard there, and you're already 2/5 of the way better than you were last year. Like we had 1 out of 5. Now we got 3 out of 5. You're working to a serviceable line, and that alone. And I'm not even counting Wandell because I think adding wide receiver depth is also huge. So Wandell is a great pickup, but Neal alone just takes this offensive line to an average level, and that's what we're looking for. We're just looking for average. Give Jones a chance. Give this offense give Saquon a chance. Give these guys a chance to do something, and that's what we're looking for. So offense for me. What about you, E?
You know what? I would have to say offense, and you know what? Let me say this first. I think I think they're okay both. Let me not say the off. Okay, my bad, guys. I'm trying to get my thoughts together because I'm looking at it. Okay, the offense got better, and I won't say the defense declined much. And I'm gonna give you both, and here's why. The offense got better because yes, now that we have legit depth on that offensive line. Now again, it won't be any turnstiles, etc. Like you said, Evan is a huge upgrade. Also, the people that we signed in the offseason, huge upgrade to what we had and what we lost. So I say the offense is definitely upgrade. Like you said, Wandale's in there. You're still getting Kenny Golladay. You still get Kadarius Toney. You still get these guys. The only possible position that you can have a question mark behind still for me will be the offensive line, however, tight end position as well, right? But I think there's somebody in there that can play that tight end position. Now, let me go to the defense. I think the defense would still be pretty damn decent. The only person we really kind of lost back there was Jabril, and we lost
Bradbury.
Bradbury. Yeah. I think they'll be okay still. We still got Azeez Ojulari off the edge. We got another person that we demanded for help, and Thibodeau coming off that edge as well. Mm-hmm. And you still have Leonard Williams that can produce sacks as well. So I think that defense will be A-okay. I don't even think it dropped, if you ask me, because now the scheme can be forced around those linebackers. And you still got Martinez coming back, which is a tackling machine, right?
Yes.
So I think that defense will be fine. The secondary, however, will be exposed. Don't get me wrong. But I think with those guys rushing off that edge is going to help that secondary a whole lot, in my opinion. So I think, yes, I think the defense is going to be the same. However, the offense definitely for sure upgraded just because of that offensive line. And we have veterans on that line, along with some rookie too. But we have a veteran. But again, I could be smoking. Who knows, man? I was drinking a lot.
No, I was going to say, you ain't smoking,
drinking. I'm fine with that.
Hey, quick shout out. Quick shout out to Tuto.
Hey,
Tuto. Hey, appreciate you, brother. Appreciate you. Yes, sir.
Joining from Italy.
Shout out to Italy, man.
Hey, real quick question, guys. All right, let's be honest with ourselves here. Completely honest. Azeez Ojulari. I watched his sacks again last year. I'm very excited about him. But he set a high bar here. 8 sacks out the gate. Now, over under 8.5. 8.5. Does he get more or less? Same. You could say, but if you're under 8.5, you're saying he's going to be probably just as productive as, or a little bit less. What are you guys thinking here?
I think he gets at least 8 again. If you did that as a rookie, looks like he bulked up. The defense got better up front, which helps everybody. That means you can't double team everybody. So
yes,
they're going to be sending guys. So he's going to have his chances. He's going to be licking his chops to get to the quarterback, and he looks like a freaking monster. Have you seen this guy this offseason? No,
he's a unit now.
Muscles aren't everything, but he's got them. So
yeah.
it's not going to hurt his case.
So you're going to say you're saying over now? Can we write this down? Over?
I'm going fucking all in, Spiro.
Okay,
he's over.
Let's go.
He's over.
Let's go. E, are you with us? Or are you on?
I'm still here. No, I'm still
all
here.
Right, let's go.
I say you said over under. Can I say par?
8.5.
Oh, 8.5. Oh.
Mm-hmm. It's a that. Then listen, if he goes under and gets like 7-8 sacks, that's still a good year.
That's a damn good year. So I'm gonna say under.
Okay.
I'm gonna say under because like you said, you got other people that can contribute in the sacks.
Mr. Our defense is gonna rock out.
But listen, if you get 7 from him, right? let's say Leonard Williams can give you another 7. Thibodeau can give you an 8. Like, there's just so many people that can eat on that line, man. There's just so many people. So I don't know. Like, maybe someone's gonna have double digits. I just don't think it'll be him. Let's say that.
Okay, hang on, guys. We got a couple people waiting, so I want to bring these guys on one by one, and then if whoever's hanging out at the end, we'll bring it back. So when you come on, if you are drinking something, you tell us what you're drinking and then what you're thinking. You got to bring something to the table. This guy was first, so I'm bringing him on first. Eli, are you able to hang out for a little bit?
Yeah, I'll hang out with the first caller. Absolutely.
Let's go.
All right, come on, Big Smooth. What you got, baby?
What's up, guys? How we doing?
What's good, baby? Let's go.
It looks like he's on a shitter.
How we doing? Well, yeah. I mean,
you dropping
that's a nice throwing right there.
Chilling in my house, chilling with my son, hanging out.
Let's go.
Very nice.
Hey, shout out, big Little Smooth. Shout out, Little Smooth.
You want to see him real quick? Look at this little guy.
Hey,
Little Smooth.
I just cursed it. I'm sorry. Hey, what's
Dude,
up,
I have a headphone on. I'll
Okay.
tell you a quick story.
Thank you for joining the show, Big Smooth.
No, real quick. My son hears everything. Don't ever feel like if we're ever if you guys are ever doing the show and someone curses, he'll be like, "Oh, that sounds like my dad." It's fine. I was telling him a bedtime story, and I said, "In case you shit yourself by accident in an accident," and he literally lost his shit. Like
he shit himself.
He shit himself, and we had to clean it up. It was great.
That was awesome.
So I don't deal with all the no swearing
stuff. Smooth, man. Appreciate you, Big Smooth. Yeah,
so what's up, guys?
What's going on, Smooth? Yo, all right. So I see you in the chat here. So you're a big hydrating. All right, you're a core guy. I like it. All right,
let's go.
Silver bullet.
Yeah, let's go. Aziz, you're thinking big numbers here?
I am because here's the thing, guys. He's huge right now, and like Vibes was saying, like he's also going to be on a line that's going to have a lot of guys who are going to get double teamed. I think people are going to really try to focus on Kayvon because he's so boisterous and he's kind of like that Michael Strahan on the line talking to people. Aziz is like a workhorse. I haven't heard him talk shit to anybody. You know what I mean? Like he just goes out and kills. So I really do feel like he makes that leap. And I think Kayvon maybe has double digits, or that 9 or 10 is more of like a pressure guy because he gets off the line so quick. But I think Aziz is a workhorse and he gets 14 sacks. That's my prediction.
Ooh, 14 sacks is a killer year. So we have high expectations in a Smooth household. For Aziz, I like it.
You think Pro Bowl? You think Pro Bowl? Yeah,
that's gotta be.
I mean, if he has 14 sacks, he's going to the Pro Bowl, guys. If he has 14 sacks, he's maybe second team, all pro. Like I just feel like he's that pedigree. He's a Georgia kid. You know what I mean? Like he's used to being on really great defenses where there's multiple guys that can come out and attack. And that's what we're gonna get out of him.
Right. Hey, listen, if he
mark that down, that's good.
I was looking at his sacks, like I was saying, and a lot of them, they were bull rush and just great motor, and you need that to clean up sacks. But if this guy hones his craft and gets better with his hands, has a secondary move, which is very doable. He's a skilled player. He's already a good, pretty decent against the run, and you add that skill set to what he already has. You're looking at double digits every year, and that's what we want. And like you said, he's kind of the Carl Banks to the Lawrence Taylor, hopefully on the other side, and that he's gonna be the quieter, but possibly the more, not more solid, but just as solid on the other side. So hopefully the star that we have in, Thibodeau, let's hope that's the plan. And then everybody's gonna eat. Nobody, like you said, nobody's getting doubled anymore, or you pick your poison, So
you gotta pick your poison.
Looking forward to it, man. I'm looking forward.
Yeah, absolutely. Let me ask you guys a question though, because Hefe has mentioned asked this before. He was like, every year I fall for it, and I said every year we get sold a bill of goods. And do we feel like we've turned a corner where this group for the last 6-7 years, you mentioned Mara and some of the guys who aren't really on the personnel staffing anymore, like the scouting. Every year we hear about how great, this was such a steal of the draft, like all this other stuff. And are we feeling okay about, this new regime where it's like we can finally say, yeah, this guy was a steal of the draft, hearing great things about Bellinger. I think Belton's going to be a good safety. I don't know if he'll be a star, but he'll definitely be a starter. I think Cordell Flott is an underrated pick. Like, all, like those guys. Like, are we feeling better about them than like if we look at some of the people that were supposed to be great? Remember like Clint Sintum and like these random fucking guys who we thought were going to be like stars, and they were just like, you know what I mean? Like, it's just, I'm curious, like, what's the temperature of you guys of the revival, but everybody else, like, what are your thoughts? I'm kind of like this. I have PTSD.
Yeah, we've been burned, right? So it's hard to be all in with no fear. What's up, Little Smooth?
What's up?
He comes on camera like, hey.
Shout out. He's part of the show, man. That's it. But what you got, man, before I go around the room? What you got?
I'm ready. I mean, I do. It's just a different vibe. These guys, I just like how they hired not their friends and family. They hired the best people for the job. And I like, excluding our GM and head coach who worked together previously, which I think is phenomenal that they came over having. I think it's really important that they did work together. You save a lot of time figuring out what each other likes and what they're trying to build. But then they hired a staff. There are fireworks going off next to my house. So if you hear that, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
But I like it. It's a different vibe, and compared to what I was excited about in the past, which was foolish. It was fool's gold. I think these guys are capable. I think they're modern young minds that know how to build an offense for today's game. You got the Chiefs passing coordinator, the Bills offensive coordinator. Like, if you can't turn this offense should be night and day from last year.
Right.
There should not be any kneeling mentality. Like, not like, obviously that play was the most gutless thing ever, but that was a mentality. They didn't think they could move the ball. This team is going to throw punches. They're going to take shots because they don't give a fuck if Daniel Jones falls on his face. No. That's not their guy. They're going to let him sling it. So if Daniel Jones has the goods, he's going to eat. Everyone's going to eat them. So I like that mentality going into this year, and I like turning the page the way they're doing it. If it takes a couple of years, so be it. But I feel significantly better about this crew.
Yeah.
Okay.
I agree.
I have to. Speak. You want to take it away again, brother?
No. Well, listen. I was just gonna say, like, I feel like, first of all, Shane, you just go by the trees that these guys are coming from. Like, Shane's coming from Billy Bean. Buffalo. They built a great team up there. You got the your assistant GM, Brandon Brown. Everybody's talking about this guy as the next rising star. We took him from the Eagles, who've always had good rosters. You get the coach from Buffalo, who's built a good offense. You got the passing coordinator for the Chiefs, who's got a great offense. Like, we're taking great guys from great programs, and the hope is, you hope that you put all those bright minds in one room, and the good things start to happen. So I think there's nowhere to go really but up from where we've been, which already right there is a good start. But no, I love all the guys that we have in here, and I'm hoping that we're not wrong again. I really hope, and I believe that we aren't.
Notice real quick, and then Eli, I'll let you go. Like, one thing I'm noticing is the way players are talking is totally different, right? Like, they were all professionals last year, and they're like, "No, we love Coach Judge." Like, okay, like, "Oh, we're okay." The players still like him, but like that, they were being professional, right? Like, you're not going to throw your boss under the bus, so you'll be unemployed soon. It's just not what you do. But the way these guys are talking, the way like Kadarius Toney's coming out and saying, "Oh, I got freedom now," and Barkley's like, "Oh, just watch." And like, you hear things from camp about how Barkley's going to be catching the ball left and right out of the backfield. Like, they're going to move people, pre-snap motion. It's going to be totally different. I just love the way they're talking. The guys on offense are excited, and that has me excited. What you got, E?
Listen, I have to say, man, this is the most excited I've ever been. I've been saying this for a very long time. I really do think that they have the right people in place to put the Giants back where they belong. I think the fans are going to be pleasantly surprised. However, it's a result-driven business, right? This record is 0-0 for all of this coaching staff, right? It's the first head coach, first year, first-time general manager in Joe Shane. And this staff is all brand new.
Offensive coordinator. Yeah, you're right.
It's brand new. Everyone's a rookie here, right? So while we are hopeful that they can get us back there, we should expect some growing pains. We should. So I would say, before we get too excited, because again, we always get too excited and then we disappoint ourselves later in the season. I would just say, guys, enjoy the freaking ride at this point. Know that we have the people in here, and it's going to take some time. It may not take this year, But boy, next year, I think this would be a very competitive team, hands down. I think winning the NFC East competitive. You know what I mean? I just think they need some more pieces in here to do it.
Yes.
Now, again, I'm just going to enjoy the ride. I'm not going to call for any jobs. I'm not going to say what the hell he was thinking. This is a rookie head coach, a rookie everything here. We just got to let this thing, we got to let this thing play the hell out. But I will tell you this, we have the right people in place, in my opinion. I really do.
It's a great point. It's a really good point. Everybody who's has a job on the Giants staff just got a promotion to that job for the first time. So
that also shows how shitty we've been for years. Right. It's like, hey, let's just give all these rookies a shot.
Let's just pluck people from good teams and hope that they're part of the reason why that team was good. That's basically
hey, Spiro, you have no experience. You've never worked on a car before. You want to work on my car? Let's do it.
I have no bad experience, so let's say that.
No red flags. Just come and do it.
Exactly.
If you want to say mechanic, they took all the people out of DeVry school and just made, hey, here's the Honda dealership, run it. Like, you know what I mean? That's like equivalent to the Giants at this point, right? So they got a bunch of rookie people in there. You know what I mean? It's just you gotta wait and see. You know, unfortunately, but I do think they have the right people. I really do think it's just going to take some time. It's going to take a little because the draft was unbelievable, in my opinion. I think it was great. I think they did extremely well. So that shows you there's some smart people. When you saw the war room, it wasn't magnets. There was a bunch of TVs in there. So they know exactly what they're doing, man. So I'm like the magnets. Like Joe Shane was like, they still have magnets. Like, that's so 80s. You know what I mean? Like, what the hell are they doing in there, the Giants? You know what I mean? Like, Mara should have been ashamed of himself, but that's another story. You know, but they upgraded the war room. They upgraded a bunch of other things around that team as well. And even the players, to Hefe's point, is talking real reckless, and I love it. You know what I mean? They're talking like, yo, this is about to be a good year. Watch. We never had that before in the last 4 or 5 years. What is it, 4 years that Gettleman was here? We never had that. So I'm excited. I think they got the right people. It's just going to take a little time to mesh. We got to watch some horrible games and digest it. And then the next year, I'm telling you, man, we're going to be great. I'm telling you. But that's my take on it.
I love it.
Eli's probably right. It's probably going to take a year, 2 years. I mean, quarterback position is going to be a huge reason. If Daniel Jones is the guy, then you're looking at 2 years, 3 years.
He's the guy. Let's pray, because now we can get more people to actually help out, right?
Right. But if he's not the guy, it's going to take a lot longer. Big Smooth, appreciate you, bro. If you want to hang out, feel free.
Yeah, Smooth, appreciate it. I'm sorry, man.
No, you're good. I got a jet anyway. I got to get even though it's summer, I got to get this little guy to bed. So
hey,
awesome,
little smooth.
Appreciate awesome to hang with you guys. We'll talk soon.
All right, man.
Take care, man. Quick shout out to our good friend Authentic. It's his birthday today, man.
Yes,
that's one of our guys.
Happy birthday,
shout
Authentic. Wishing you many more, brother. Bless.
Let's see. We got two of our day ones here. Yeah. Our main guy helps a lot behind the scenes, Mr. Monty. Come on,
Monty. Get up, boys. How are you
doing, buddy?
Thank you for joining the show, man. Thank you for joining the staff meeting. We appreciate it.
Of course. How you doing?
If you guys don't know, Monte does a lot of behind the scenes work for us. He edits some videos, chops some things up. He works very, very hard for volunteering. So I appreciate it, man. We don't have the money to pay Monte, but man, he's awesome in what he does. So I appreciate you, Monte, man. Thank you for joining the staff meeting, man. There's no unions here, though, okay?
Love of the game.
Hey, Monty, quick question. Do you mess with Joey Chestnut hot dog eating contest? Do you watch it every year?
Bro, yes, and he is the fucking man.
He
wins for what was it, like the 16th year in a row?
Yeah, something like that.
On one leg and putting some protesters in the chokehold. Absolutely.
All time.
It looked like he tried to snap his neck. Did it not? Did he not go?
He's done that before.
American legend.
He really is. He really is.
Has anyone been that dominant at their event?
No. I mean, it's
that's a disgusting event to be great at.
It is. I can't watch. I can't get through it because like I have this like, I watch it and the food coming out of the mouth and the water and everything. It's just like
no, because they inevitably go.
Yeah. There's always the borderline puke, and it makes me then the borderline puke. But I shout out to Joey Chestnut. I respect greatness when I see it, though. And like he's the GOAT.
I have a couple questions on this topic because it blows my mind. Because I eat one hot dog and like sometimes that turns me the wrong way. Now, does he?
You
He's got.
Hefe, you want to know something crazy? That's just me. I like eating 40 to 50 hot dogs is nuts. Like I'm just looking at one and be like, all right, I'm eating this one and I'm done.
Yeah.
Dude, I ate like 1.5 last night because I cooked for my family. There's some extra, so I went down. Like it was a problem for like the first half of today. Like I had to pay for that anyway. Do you think he trains? Does he train all year, or is this like he picks it up a month before, or like what do you think he does?
I think he trains. I don't know. What do you guys think?
But he's like not even a big dude. Like he's not like a big.
I know.
I feel like from what I heard, he does a lot of like lettuce and shit like that, just like shit that expand your stomach, but isn't necessarily like hot dogs. I think he's got to keep the stomach expanded, but I think when he gets closer, that's when he does the hot dog training.
All right, here's another question: if you have a barbecue and you happen to be like a friend of this guy, and he comes, how many hot dogs do you have to cook for him, or? Ooh. You know, can you just like hand this guy like? Do you have to hand him 75 hot dogs?
this is your normal.
That's a real question.
I think he takes a day off. Question. I think he's like one of those guys that like when you're a celebrity, someone's like, oh, can you shoot a basketball player? They're not gonna make him shoot basketball shots at a party. Or singer, they're not gonna make it. He's like, you know what? Lay off the hot dogs. I want everything but like. So they give him like 60 burgers instead, something like that.
I'm sorry, Hefe, you are singing in my yard, bro. I'm letting you know right now. Like, bring the guitar. You are singing. This will let you know if you come over. You are singing, brother. This will let you know.
Wait, you're gonna make me sing in your yard?
Yeah,
man. Like you gotta bring the guitar. Like Speed comes over, you gotta say something on it. Come on, man.
All right, I'll play something. You can freestyle. Right. You can freestyle over it.
Oh, here we go. Why gotta be? You know what? Let's do it. Why not? Let's do it for the show too. Why not? Yes. Shout out Sarge, man. That's great. Was that Sarge?
Monty, you got any topics on your mind, man? What you thinking about?
Hold on, wait. Before anything, guys, let me run. Forgive me.
Hey,
always got to leave with some exclusive here, guys. I know. So, that's how it always is. But New York Revival, man, we bring a lot of special guests on here. And we're working on a couple. We still have that 3 guests that we were going to bring up. So we're going to have that person on the show very shortly. And we're going to have a Giants legend stop by. You guys will know this person extremely well. We're working out the dates. It's a Super Bowl champ, by the way.
Look at dropping little hints on you guys.
We will do another hint where you guys can call in and ask that person a question. But,
Eli, do I even know this? I'm like checking my messages.
Oh, you don't even know. You see, you're trying to see it, but I will let you guys know. We are working on the dates right now.
It's so exclusive. I don't even know about it.
Shout out to our guy that is helping me doing this. That was a friend of the shows. But guys, it's gonna be something awesome. But we'll keep you posted and stay tuned. Don't forget to subscribe. Don't forget to share because this one is epic for the Giants community. So yeah, you heard it here first, man. Exclusive. Even the guys don't even know about it.
We heard it here first too. Everybody.
If it's this, I'm gonna flip the fuck out, Eli.
Yeah.
Point to that one more time. Point to that again. Yeah.
Hey.
I'm out. Y'all be well.
Oh, I love you, brother. Have a good. Oh, you mother! You really fucking dipped after teasing me like that.
That's called a tease, and he played it.
Yo, that guy's a professional, huh? Talk about a professional. Like Sarge, get in here, bro. Let's have a party.
Jesus.
Look at that beard. My goodness.
How am I supposed to follow Eli like that?
I don't know.
Do you have any exclusive information you'd like to
share? Right. Come on, give us something hot.
Did you see what I just put in the chat? I'm like, is this jersey hanging behind El Jefe? Or
that would be.
That's what made me do this.
I mean, you guys are tight with license plate guy now, so it could be Brandon Jacobs. You never know.
No big deal, but kind of a big deal.
Well, I feel like we already interviewed Brandon Jacobs by watching Talking Giants do it.
Yes.
So we'll try to. That was a good interview, by the way.
That was a really good interview.
Like, there's only so many hours in a day, so once in a while, an interview pops up, and you're like, all right, I'm gonna stop. Like, I listened to that whole thing. That was a good one.
Jacobs is one of those guys that you never know what's gonna happen when he gets out behind a mic, and he's a firecracker. So
he's still got the same attitude that he played with. He just doesn't give a fuck. I love it. Like he will just run you over. Eli, we love you too, bro.
Yo,
so I'm gonna run through some stuff real quick here. I'm gonna follow up on some of the topics that you guys have been talking about. Number one, not every coach in the Giants is a first timer. Let's not forget about Wink, and that's the reason Aziz is going to be a double-digit sack guy this year.
Okay.
B, hands down, best holiday is Halloween, and everything else is.
There's a lot of people who feel that
everything else is, and I hate 4th of July. So
really, wait, why? Why?
I dislike any holiday where there's large amounts of explosions.
Oh well, fair. That,
like you guys talked about the dog stuff earlier. I mean, I've been working in animal welfare for 14 years, and 4th of July is our Black Friday. It's the worst day of the year.
I can see that.
So
yeah. Shout out
Halloween.
to the dog,
Halloween's hands down 10 limes. Everything else is
30
or less.
We know he gets after.
I'd really like to know what Santa did to Eli.
I know.
You do.
Somebody did not get his
bad.
Red Ryder BB gun when
yeah. For sure.
Bad, whatever.
We're gonna get to it. We're gonna all just bring it out of E.
That'll be the New York Revival Christmas episode.
Yes.
And his heart will grow 3 sizes.
Yes. Well, actually, listen. What I typically do, we do Jameson for Jesus on Christmas Eve, and so we're gonna do some shots of Jameson, and then we're gonna get all loosey goosey and talk about our feelings, and it's gonna just come out. It's gonna come out.
Football podcast goes soft on
us.
Let's
go.
Remind me to be here for that episode. Jameson for Jesus.
Let's go.
The best.
Hey,
Monty, what's your holiday? What's at the top of your holiday list?
Yeah, I mean, I might be opposite of E. I love Christmas. I mean, I love 4th of July. I had COVID, so I didn't get to celebrate this year. So I'm a little bit like, oh man, I'm really looking forward to it again. Gonna do a little bit next weekend. Try to make up for it.
There you go. You'll make up. You'll catch up.
But yeah, I'm a big Christmas guy. I just like I like the full atmosphere of it. Just happy, giving, and
I love it.
It's the only time of the year where I really like snow, and then I get tired of it after that. But for that time of the year, I enjoy it, and seeing family come in from all parts of the country. It's Christmas, my 5 lines.
Okay, let's go. I like it. Very, very nice.
Spiro, you had a good Giants question in the pre-show that I kind of want to get to it. So I'm interested. Sarge, you can go first if you'd like. But which Giants player, offense or defense, do you think makes the biggest jump from last year to this year?
Yeah.
So, there's actually I have 2. I have 1 on each side of the ball. So
go for it.
On defense, we've already talked about it. It's going to be Aziz.
Okay.
The guys put on
a big jumper. Okay.
I think a big jump, man. I think a big jump. I mean, 8 sacks, rookie year. There's nowhere to go but up in Wink's defensive scheme. Between Aziz and Leo and Kayvon and Quincy Roche and Ellerson Smith, these guys are going to put up numbers, right? But Aziz is that guy. They're going to ride Aziz, and he's going to get as many sacks as he can. And I honestly think, somewhere between what I said and what Smooth said, anywhere 10 to 14, somewhere in there.
I like it.
And then big jump year 2 on the offense is definitely going to be our other KT, Kadarius Toney.
Yeah,
authentic agrees.
That's something that's going to have to happen. And I already I planted my flag in that too with you there, Sarge. Last week I said, hey, he's going to be our wide receiver 1. And I know Galladay's getting paid like a wide receiver 1, but like take the top off of defense, make a game breaking talent. Toney showed us those flashes, and I don't know if Galladay has that anymore. And I hope he does. But I think in terms of getting open at will, if you try to guard him man to man, it's game over for whoever defensive back. You saw what he did to Diggs. You saw what he did to these other cornerbacks. Lattimore being another one. These are good cornerbacks that he went against in the brief time that he was doing it, and they couldn't touch him. They couldn't stop him. So, and now you add an offensive mind, creativity behind that. Like Let's just hope he stays on the field, just like everybody else.
And you can't say it.
You can't.
And you guys tweeted this out earlier today. It's like, what, like, with all of the injuries and where do you think it came from? You know, and we didn't really seen any kind of big changes in the medical staff of the Giants just yet. So, what are we looking at?
I really think it's unfair to blame a medical staff for shit that happens on the field. You know, like turf, you might have some ground to stand on, but like a lot of fields use turf. So I don't know.
You can't stop somebody from rolling on your ankle.
Dude,
you know?
Like Saquon's injury was so freaking unlucky. It was such a random thing. Like
I legit thought he broke his ankle.
I know.
And if you've ever played basketball, you've done that a dozen times, and it's nauseating every single time.
I saw that, and I'm like, oh, he's done.
It's shit luck, and injury luck has to turn around at some point. You can't just always be one of the most injured.
You can't just always be.
Yeah, it doesn't make sense.
When they say hurt guys stay hurt, or
I get that.
But listen, Daniel Jones, I think his injuries were avoidable for the most part, right? Like at least some of them, like the neck one, avoidable. You know, like if you tear your ACL or something, like trying to make a juke, I feel like that's a freak accident. It happens to every team every year. I think these guys are so big, fast, and strong now that the knees aren't necessarily built to withstand that, and they're still adapting to that. I'm gonna go real quick because I'm hot. Yeah. I'm rolling now.
Let's go.
Defense, McKinney. I think he started to scratch the surface last year. I think he's going to be a star. I think towards the end of the year, you started to see his instincts kick in. The interceptions were picking up. I legit think he's a star. I love the way he talks. I love his vibe. I love everything about him.
Yeah.
Offense, I'm going against the grain because I feel like there's a section of Giants fans, little angry people in the corner who are just still angry that we drafted Saquon Barkley. And it's like, okay, we overdrafted a positional player. Like, there's no doubt about it. But I just want to say to those people, the Giants could still be a good team even if they took Saquon Barkley there. There was 1,000 decisions that went into the Giants being terrible. And Saquon Barkley was not the only reason. Like, he's a great football player. If they did everything else right, Saquon would be an absolute star on a Hall of Fame trajectory. You know what I mean? Like, with some better injury luck. But I think Saquon Barkley is going to go off this year. Nobody wants to hear it. This is a staff that doesn't plan on paying him, probably. Like, they're not going to make him a high-paid running back. I don't think they believe in that. Most teams don't believe in that. So it's kind of a thing like, use him, run him into the ground, use him every which way you can. If you wind up getting some kind of team-friendly deal after that, we'll cross that bridge. But I think he's actually going to light it up this year in this offense.
Pull a Tomlin, like, just give him 400-plus touches when they did that to Le'Veon Bell, and just if you want to let him walk, let him walk at that point. And if he stays healthy, he's proven now that he can do it. So
let the wheels fall off. Let the wheels fall off. But he's a stud. Like,
Monty,
he's clearly built different. He's a different kind of dude. Monty, what you
got? Both sides.
I'll just get it out of the way. As defense, I was on the same brain length as El Jefe there with McKinney. I think legitimately it's going to be the best player on the team, no question. I think he can be an all-pro level player. I think he's really the only guy on this team where I truly see all-pro talent. And it's no knock at Andrew Thomas. There's a lot of good left tackles out there. I think it's a really hard position to break into. I truly think McKinney can be an all-pro level safety. So that's one. But for my offensive guy, I think this is more of a bounce back, but I think we're forgetting about Galladay too quickly. Yes. I mean, we were all excited about that.
Go ahead, Monty.
Very good player. He dealt with some injuries, and at first we were able to write it off. Like, he's not injury prone. Maybe he is. We'll see what happens. But I truly think he is a true wide receiver one in this league when he's healthy. I think we had a terrible offensive coaching staff, and we couldn't get anything out of anybody. When we got Galladay, I liked what he brought for Daniel Jones. I thought he was a perfect wide receiver for Daniel Jones, for the Daniel Jones that I used to know, who was willing to throw into those close windows, and for a guy who can make those throws for Dable, who will hopefully bring that back out of him and let him take those shots and throw at those close windows where Galladay thrives. I think Galladay is going to have a big year. I think he'll be back to 1,000-yard receiver, 10-plus touchdowns if he can stay healthy.
Wow.
I like
that.
That
would be the ultimate bounce back coming from 0 touchdowns.
I love it, dude. I love it because, and listen, I think his career going forward and Daniel Jones's career going forward both depend on them doing what you just said. If Jones doesn't listen to his coach who told him be aggressive, he's out the door. This offense needs an aggressive quarterback back there. Take your shots. And I don't know if he's got it. I don't know if he's shell shocked because it's been reported everywhere now. Jason Garrett told him to hold on to the ball. Be careful. Now you got to retrain your brain here and go balls to the wall here again and be that rookie quarterback that lit the league on fire for a little bit, man. And for that reason, that's why I'm going with Daniel Jones as my big guy bouncing forward because he's got to improve off of 10 touchdowns last year. If he does that, first of all, just getting to average is like a 10 touchdown jump up right there. So I think he's going to get 25 to 30 range. So which is a huge jump up from the last 2 years. And that's where we want him. That's rookie year Daniel Jones. Now, is that enough to keep him around going forward? That's a debate we'll have at the end of the season because we'll see what the turnovers, look like, and we'll see what the running game looks like, and did he stay healthy? So from my perspective, first of all, Monty, you got my first guy, so I agree with you on Galladay, but Jones is going to be my guy, taking the biggest jump from last year. And real quick on defense, I think Julian Love is going to prove to be a starter in this league, and he's going to surprise some people. Not that he's going to be a star, but he's going to be a very dependable second safety because that's every time he steps on a field, he's dependable. He does his job. When have you ever been like, damn it, Julian Love again, like ruining the game? Never. Yeah, he's always consistently doing his job, and that's what you need next to a star like McKinney. You need a guy that's going to do his job and let McKinney do his job and be a star. So I think Julian Love.
I like that take. He seems like a cool dude too. Like I hope he works out because every time he talks, he's funny. Like he's cool. 100%. Like like that kind of matters in a locker room. That kind of stuff. Like obviously, what's on the field is most important, but that dude is cool.
Agreed.
He's like a slightly better interview than Daniel Jones, I would say.
Yeah.
So I guess the really important question is, if you were a dog breed, what kind of dog breed would you be?
Damn it, Daniel! I wanted to rip on him. They posted another one like as a hot dog, a sandwich.
Yeah.
And Daniel Jones said yes, but that's all he said. Like I needed him to like mumble and
we all
struggle.
know
I needed him to struggle with the question like he does everything else.
Isn't that just like the epitome of Daniel Jones? Like, give us more. We want more, and we know you got just give us more, man.
I have a problem with the way Daniel Jones speaks. It bothers me.
Yeah, but did you love how Eli spoke until he won the Super Bowl?
Eli was dry, but he knew how to put words together.
Yeah. Also, the thing about Eli is we as fans, we always knew if you took Eli out of this quarterback position, like that's a guy you want to listen to talk. You knew he was funny. You knew he had this charisma.
Yes.
He's just hiding it. I don't think Daniel Jones has any of that.
No, you're right. You're right. But Eli's like real personality didn't come out until like 2007. When Tiki fired at him and he fired back, you're like, oh, that was funny.
That was the first glimpse of personality. Even Strahan
actually, I think it was before that it was real sneaky. It was the ESPN commercial where they were doing the tour.
Him and
Peyton and Archie, and they're kicking each other and all that other stuff. That's where you kind of see how funny Eli really can be.
That was before 07?
That was before. I'm pretty sure, yeah.
That was young Eli. Yeah, I think he's right.
That was like maybe year 2 Eli.
Right, you're talking about the commercial with Peyton where they're like kicking each other.
Yeah, when they're doing, and then Archie, they're doing the tour of the ESPN studios, and they're just in the back kicking each other around, and
and now they work at ESPN together.
Yeah, right. What a world, man! What a world. Hey. But listen, Monty, Sarge, we loved having you guys, man. You guys are our day ones as always, and we hope you stick around to the end. But we're gonna catch you guys in a little bit. Love you guys. Peace.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
You got it, boys.
All right. Well, FA, we did the old football thing, man. We talked Giants. And listen. We know our bread and butter here, guys. We know who you guys are. You're all Giants fans. We are New York Revival, though, so we have to mention you have to mention that at least a little bit that our baseball teams are flat out dominating the sport, man. They like the Yankees are on an all-time pace. Aaron Judge on an all-time pace. The Mets are 50 wins and are getting back two of the best pitchers in the game. Like you talked about, Jeff, earlier, how the Rangers they never really had your heart at first. They didn't have your heart going into this, but this run kind of built up your love again for it. And I'm hoping kind of now that New York going at it and possibly at the peak of their powers can invigorate the city this summer and get us through these dog days of July and August while the preseason's just coming around. You get training camp reports and we're gonna have FanFest, awesome time there. But what I'm saying, like, I think that baseball is going to ease this transition just like hockey did.
Well,
I know
it's
you're not a big
be
baseball guy, but
I'm not like baseball is. If every one of my New York teams was like in the playoffs and relevant, like Yankees would be fourth out of the big four. My love for the Knicks is still there. It's just very stomped. It's very stomped down. Like it's really compressed into like nothing. Like I don't get any joy or pain out of them anymore because I just don't take them seriously.
You're dead inside. Just like
it's dead. I'm dead inside.
Yeah,
exactly right. If there was a poll out there that asked what kind of Knicks fan I am, I'm dead inside. I can't. So many people. I don't know if I should keep leaving that in polls because that's
you have to.
Yeah,
there's a lot of percentage that gets that every single time.
It wins every poll. It doesn't matter what the question is. People just want to be dead inside. So that's until the Giants start winning and becoming relevant. People are going to be, they're mad. They're mad.
Yes,
and I
get
it.
it.
But New York baseball, I think, the revival. What a timing for this New York revival project because it's just been lit up ever since. But the two baseball teams, they're both playoff teams. They're both going. It will be unbelievable should they meet up for a Subway Series. Like it's okay to start dreaming about that because there's no reason they both can't be there. Like if the Mets pitchers get healthy and they survived without their aces, right?
Yes,
and you're still fine,
dude. We're and I want to. If there's any Met fans out there. We'd love to have Jacob deGrom back, but we don't know what's going to happen. He is the best pitcher in the league at the peak of his powers. And this is not even debatable. He's won 2 Cy Youngs in a row, was on his way to 3rd. But I want to, if there's any Met fans out there, if you had to pick championship and you never get to see Jacob deGrom in a Mets uniform again, do you sign up for it? And I'd love to hear from people on our chat. And Joe, like on Twitter, if you get to lose Jacob deGrom for the rest of Mets history afterwards, he's gone to another team, opts out, which is a very likely thing if he can stay healthy. Would you sign up for the championship? I know most Mets fans are probably going to say yes, but
why wouldn't they take the champion? Why wouldn't they take the championship?
There's a lot of love for Jake because what if he could win more down the line? You win it this year, but nothing else after that. You never get a shot after this.
You know how hard it is to win that thing. You take your goddamn championship right to the bank, and you in the offseason, you don't even care about how you did it.
That's fair. 100%. 100%. And listen, it's gonna be fun to watch because but the thing is, he's a ticking time bomb. He could get injured literally on his first start. We don't know what the hell's gonna happen with him.
I don't know. Like baseball is a wild sport to me. It really is. Like I played up until freshman. I played like pretty much all grown up till freshman year of high school.
Right.
Just the idea that you have to stand still while the pros while 100-mile-an-hour ball comes at you, potentially hitting you in the face, but it may not. It may just curve down perfectly.
Dip from your face down into the strike zone, and you're like, I look like you take a shit in your pants.
Like the fact that if you hit 3 out of 10, you're an amazing hitter just tells you how hard it is. But I think hockey might be the only sport that is more impressive and more difficult. I think because I've had this drunk debate with my friends about what's harder to hit a 100-mile-an-hour fastball or to like deflect a hockey puck. And I said hockey. I'll die on that hill because you're on skates on ice, first of all.
Yeah, I mean, listen, and they're going, and you were just talking about, hitting 3 out of 10, and that's good. You're playing 1 minute shifts because you are going all out, like literally all out, like for 60 minutes, and it's just nonstop hitting, speed. Maybe you get a puck to the face, maybe you get a stick to the face, you got a broken finger, and they're warriors. They're all warriors, these guys. It's so damn impressive watching hockey players, man. And the season seems like it lasts forever. Like it goes from November to July, basically.
Right.
And they are just taking a pounding this whole time, man. It's just
and
so
yeah,
impressive.
they're like who just said this? Gene here. Like they're hitting constantly. So it's not like you're just running around. Like soccer is a crazy fitness sport because you don't stop. You're on the field the whole time, but there's no hitting. There's faking injuries. You could pretend that you got hit. That's part of soccer. But in hockey,
part of soccer.
but you could, like Gene, join the show. You're just having all the right comments.
Yeah, I love it. Yeah, and Eli just started watching, and the first game he watched, these guys were hauling off on each other. He's like, "Dude, fighting's just like you could just up and fight everybody. It's part of the game. You just go to the box for 2 minutes." Yeah, and he's like, "I'm in." It's the best. But anyway, listen, we're gonna be talking more baseball going forward. We're gonna have some pretty impressive guys come on.
Might have a fun one next Tuesday, right?
Yes. We're gonna drop it on you guys soon. I'm like I'm gonna tease you guys a little bit, and we'll tell you guys coming forward when we got an actual date. But Mets Yankees talk, and you guys tell your friends. Let's talk some sports here because this is New York Revival. We are in the midst of probably one of the best times in New York sports in a long time, guys. So let's enjoy. Let's get behind your teams and let's have a good time. But and we'll talk about basketball briefly because some crazy shit's happening. Brooklyn, everybody wants out of Brooklyn now. Kyrie's being a fucking nut job. KD's is being a little baby back bitch, wants out of his contracts. I don't know about you, Jeff, but I'm getting a little angry about the NBA. I'm getting a little angry because you get a guy sign a 2-year contract commitment, and I know like player driven league, it's good. You want to have player driven leagues. But to what point, now you just got this whole fan base invested in these guys, these 2 guys. They played like a half a season together, got swept, and they're like, okay, we don't really feel like being here anymore. Like, what? Fuck you guys.
Like, how badly did the front office F this up that your stars want out already?
Dude. Every time.
I can't stand Kevin Durant. I liked him in OKC. Like the second that he left OKC and went to the Warriors, who were the best team in the NBA the year before, knocked OKC out, and you just go join them. I don't think NBA rings mean nearly as much as they used to. Like these guys who just join up with their friends to win championships, that's not impressive. You're forming all-star teams to just get rings, and get clout. That doesn't do it for me.
Agreed. And he's now going, I defended him. I was like, okay, you know what? He won 1 championship, but now he's going to go somewhere else and do it the hard way again because he's won his championship. But then he goes out and he's now leaving a pretty decent situation where he wanted Kyrie here. He wanted the last coach fired. They changed the environment for KD. We're like, you're our guy now. And when the going got a little tough and there's a little bit of uncertainty because the Nets don't want to sign his boy Kyrie back because he's a nut job too. Now he's like, nah, I'm out. I'm gonna just send me somewhere else. Listen, I love player empowerment. That's all well and good, but there's got to be some you have to have some loyalty to the contract you just signed. Live through half of it at least before you demand your trade.
These guys, they're just selfish, and I get it. The players are taking back a lot of the power, but Jesus Christ, the money they're making is just off the charts, fully guaranteed, getting close to $50 million a year. Some of the top players, it's wild. See, the only thing, I'm not a big LeBron fan either, to be honest.
No,
but at least that guy, everywhere he went, he won a ring.
Yes,
right? Drafted in Cleveland, you did leave, you win a couple in Miami, you go back to Cleveland, win 1 for Cleveland, which was your promise. Yeah. So he did right by Cleveland. I liked him in Cleveland.
Yeah.
You go to LA, you win another one. I don't care that it was a bubble. Everyone was trying to win, right? You beat everyone else that was trying to win it. So
it's
at least
it's not enjoyable though. It's not enjoyable.
It's not,
anymore,
dude. The mid '90s was kind of it.
Yes. That's when you had pride for your team. I wasn't even a Knicks fan. I'm like, man, these guys. I could get behind them because they seem like a band of brothers and they freaking love each other. They fought hard and they went to battle with these other teams and they truly disliked the other guys on the other team. Like you could tell the passion. Now it's just like, hey, I lost my boys. You know, see you later. You want to go for a trip next week? You know, we're all good. And I was like, you know, this doesn't have the same feel to it. Hockey players generally hate each other. Like I love that.
Yeah.
Football players generally hate
constantly.
each other.
The next level is to mic up hockey games. Like that's how you bring in a whole new audience. You mic them up, put it on a different channel with a warning, and you let people hear what they're saying.
I love it. They should have it for every sport, because like I want to hear it. And I'll pay a little extra for that for the cursing. I will pay a little extra to hear the shit talking. Like so, HBO, get at them. Sirius radio, whatever. Somebody figure it out and get their channel going because it's just untapped potential right there, man. It's good shit.
Am I just like not remembering correctly, or the NBA in the mid '90s when I think it was the absolute best? You had all these different dynasties, like you know, you had Stockton and Malone, right? You had the Bulls, obviously. Yes. The Knicks, like with their core of players. Mm-hmm. It seems to me like role players were traded around, but the main dudes didn't seem to go. Like
agreed.
I'm sure I'm missing a couple, and someone can at me and tell me I'm an idiot. But I feel like for the most part, you knew where your guys were good. Like Reggie Miller was a pacer. That's where he was going to be week in and week out. And like every team just had their personality.
Yes.
And now it's just like an unwritten rule that nobody plays defense during the regular season, and then like just pad your stats, get the points, and then see in the playoffs.
And maybe listen. We sound like big anti-NBA guys. We're like yelling at the clouds, you know. We get it, but like we want something to get behind. I think the Knicks are trying to get back to a good thing, and they moved a lot of pieces around, and really maybe I don't know where they're going to end up. They might be marginally better with Brunson as their point guard. They finally got a point guard, which is nice to see. But like we want New York basketball back, and right now it just doesn't feel good to be a New York basketball fan. So listen, if basketball had to die for football and everything else to live, I'm cool with that, man. I am cool with that. Oh my god. Hey, and listen, Big Spoon, we hear you. We sound like a bunch of old farts, but listen, you can't tell me. I get the more athletic, they can shoot better, more threes, but you can't tell me the passion is the same as it was in the 90s.
Tell me who's your top 3 NBA players right now? I don't care what team.
Well, it's funny because Kevin Durant would have been it, and he just ripped my heart out. Like,
well, if he joined the Knicks, I'd feel differently. But I can hate him from here.
Let's talk about a guy that I do want to join the Knicks. The Knicks that I love is Donovan Mitchell. Man, that guy is a stud. He loves New York. If the Knicks should move heaven and earth to bring that man back to New York. And let him he's waiting for, like, he talks about the Mets all the time. He talks about New York sports all the time. He grew up around here. Like he wants to come back here. I could tell. And the Knicks need that star back in his prime, back in the Garden and being able to dominate. That would turn the franchise around, man. I'm not going to go in my top 3, but that's my one guy that I love out there.
Yeah, I like him.
How about you? Who's your guy?
My favorite players to watch, this guy gets a lot of hate, but anytime you start winning, people hate you. But Steph Curry is still
of course,
possibly the most fun player to watch in the NBA. Mm-hmm. I got Ja Morant second.
Ooh.
That guy's fucking electricity and sneakers. Like that guy is fun, absolutely fun to watch.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't even need 3. Those are my 2.
Yeah.
That's all.
That's fair. That's fair.
And then there's everyone else.
You know, listen. Whoever the Nets decide to bring in, I'll maybe latch on to them. But I just want some. I want to see some changes here. I want to see some loyalty from them. Or listen, either you gotta help the franchise out that the big star toasted and just said fuck you, or you gotta not punish, but like maybe make the first 3 years of his contract not tradable on a longer contract, or like. You know, maybe punish the guy for leaving so quickly. Like, there's got to be some middle ground here, and I'm hoping that the basketball could do it. But that's
listen,
that's my take.
We've said it all. That's how Howard Stern wraps up every interview. And he talks for 10 more minutes. You've said it all. You've done it all. I feel like we covered every major sport. We did our thing. We are working on a fun guest for next Tuesday.
Yes.
Eli's working on a legendary guest.
Big time. I love how he just drops news on us. We're just as excited as you guys out there. he's just the best. He's got all these things working, and that's why we love E, because he's just always rolling, man. He's always rolling.
Eli he just knows he just has a way. I don't know. He's gifted. He's gifted and talented. Why don't we say goodnight real quick? Thank you to our day ones for hanging out. Our boys.
I love you guys. We love you guys. Thanks for joining. Let's do this again sometime, huh? Let's have some drinks again. Let's have some drinks again. And we're getting closer to our passion for all of us. So like there's gonna be more coming out over the next couple weeks, months. And hey, we're 2 weeks away from rookies reporting. 2 weeks away, buddy.
Dude, that's big. It's like we're very, very close. Monty, FanFest. I believe I met you at FanFest last year, right? Are you going again?
I want to try to make it back for sure.
Were you the one in a Sills jersey?
Yes, I was.
Yeah,
man, Sills Army preseason stars back.
College Sills.
I can't wait to plant our flags. We each got to plant our I love it. We each got to plant our flags in a
excuse me, Spiro.
Sorry.
What kind of podcast is this?
Plant our flags, not
We're not
sticks.
planting anything anywhere after that. Edit. You got an edit button on this thing?
Oh God, it's the end of the night, guys. I'm still burnt. I'm sweating.
Make sure that makes it to Twitter.
No, Monty, don't cut that.
Not clipping that one.
Don't do it to me.
Sarge, are you in one of the Carolinas, or did I make that up?
You made that up. I'm in Colorado.
Yes. Colorado, yes.
The other C, way out.
The other C, yes.
I'm in Avalanche country.
Jeez, I heard about that.
The parade was awesome.
Well, good for you, man.
Oh God, man.
So do you make it up for any games or?
I don't, man. Unfortunately, I don't. I was actually going to try to make it to the Tennessee game, but that's the exact same weekend as my Beard Club's annual camping trip to Four Corners. So I was told that I'm not allowed to miss that.
No, I get it. You're that's an exclusive club, and you can't mess around with that kind of shit, man. You gotta.
It looks like Monty is the closest to getting admitted. Like, is there a length that you need to have on the beard to get?
Yeah, actually, there is. It's an inch and a half is the minimum.
I
think Monty could be in it. He could be in. I
had my playoff year going, but
what's that? I don't know what. I'm still participating in No Shave November from 2000.
I dig it. Let's go. Keep going, baby. All right. Well, listen, guys, it was awesome having you. Again, we got a lot of guests coming out, so we want you all to come back. And we're still going to be talking all sports, but hey, football's starting soon. Baseball's in the thick of it.
We're close, baby.
We're always going to be talking everything with you guys, though. We talk about life here.
And we'll keep everybody posted, but we'll probably pick a day to get to camp. We will be at FanFest. We'll be at the season opener. That's an assumptive close because I don't think Spiro got his ticket yet. But
I'm in. I'm going to find my way in no matter what. It doesn't matter. I'm in.
But I hope that I hope everybody can get to at least the season opener. It's going to be awesome vibes.
Yes.
Even if we somehow lose week 1 with everyone's first game
I don't think it's
in Tennessee. Possible. If we somehow lose that game, the season's still alive. The vibes will be very good for the home opener with a winnable game against Carolina. Let's go get it. As Eli would say, peace and blessings. Thanks for hanging out, guys.